1954, a couple of fellers got together and they founded the power sports company that we all know and love, Polaris. Polaris became a company with a mission to create the best snow machines around. And in 1956, Polaris's first production snow machine rolled off the assembly line. 33 years later, in 1989, they released their second rendition of the iconic Indy 500. And 4 short years later, they released the Mac Daddy sled of the 90s, the sled that changed the snowmobiling industry for all snowmobiles to come, the Indy XLT 600 Triple. Fast forward to 2 months ago, and some asshole went on Facebook Marketplace and bought not one, but 2 of the cheapest snow skis that he could find. It's me. I'm the asshole. That brings us to today. We got 2 assholes that are gonna bring these 2 old clapped out sleds back to the snow. Oh, and by the way, these 2 assholes have never even sat on a sled before. Let's get to work, boys.
Come on, get up, go out on a Polaris, the spirit of the sport.
Alright boys, we are on our way to West Bend to pick up some absolute trapper of some snowmobiles. Me and Lars have never owned any nice machines in our entire lives. That ain't about to change today, son. I'm heading over right now, pick them both up. They're 2 different sellers, both in the same city. We're gonna kick him in the nuts and see if we can take him home today. I haven't told Lars anything about this. Now supposedly these sleds both run, but not well. And that's why they're cheap. We're finna see. Never owned snowmobiles before. I don't think Lars has either. Never even worked on them, but you know, we handy and shit. Fall is here. The days are getting shorter. More than likely, I'm gonna have to buy at least one of these sleds in the dark, which is just something that I don't fucking do, but I'm gonna do it for you. So make sure you're liking this video and hope that we don't get fucked because of it. It's rush hour and we swinging this bitch in traffic. Alright, I'm pulling up at Buddy's house. See if we can make a deal.
Surprise, surprise. I bought both the sleds. I called Lars, had him come over, tell him we had a surprise.
What up? Are these the surprises?
Hell yeah, baby.
Backed the trailer into the driveway, got him off into the garage so we could take a better look at my latest purchase.
Here in Wisconsin, snowmobiling is a pivotal part of winter culture, just like getting hammered on Christmas. So, without any experience riding or working on, we went on Facebook Marketplace and bought the 2 shittiest running and driving snowmobiles. Today we're gonna go through them both and try and get them dialed in the best we can without any prior knowledge. So when the next snow comes and the trails are open, we're ready. God damn it. And we can rip and try and not kill ourselves. So without further ado, boys, let's dig into them.
Once again, Marketplace got the best of me. So let's dig in and see if I just got took for $700 or if we got lucky and we got some gems on our hands.
I picked these things up probably like 2 months ago now. Lars wasn't with me. I just grabbed the 2 cheapest ones I could find that ran at least and made Lars choose blindly. So without knowing anything, which one you want?
I think I'm gonna pick the purple one.
What'd you get, Lars?
I chose this one. It's a triple.
This is a 600 triple. Supposedly these are like these sled to have back in the day, back when we were 2 years old. Yeah, what did we say this was? 97, I think. We think, unsure of the year. Indy Limited Extra 12, whatever that means. But apparently XLT means extra light triple. The more you know.
Made in Japan, so you know it's good.
Yeah, it says Fuji Heavy Industries Limited. Now, what's interesting, I don't know if there's any relations, but I feel like there's gotta be. Subarus have that same tag on them.
Could be a parent company ownership type shit.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
Looks like we got 1, 2, and 3 for our pistons. Okay.
Yeah, I think the guy said he compression checked them. They said it's 125 across the board. I'm sure that's bullshit. Oh yeah, there's our choke.
Yeah.
That's how shitty these things are. I paid $420 for this one. What do you want for 420 bucks?
Key out of this one?
No, this one doesn't have a key. We got to start it with a pocket knife.
Yeah, right here's the key. Well, pretty sure this thing's been rolled. We're trying to get our choke back in. I think this is a hood support bent out of the way. See on the other side it got like curled all the way in. Plastic up here is cracked. Plastic over here is cracked.
Oh yeah, we've seen the windshield too. It's all busted up over here. It's all loose and flopping. She definitely been on her side.
So we're gonna try and pull this support out of the way so we can get our choke back in.
You still confident in your decision to choose this one?
Yeah. My three-wheeler's been rolled at least twice by me.
Woo!
Let it go! God damn it. Countless times, I'm sure, by other people. It's mostly fine.
Yep. Give it a little heat, make it a little more malleable, and melt some wiring in the process.
Looks like it should be out of the way now. Good enough.
Yep. Probably won't hold that long, but we tried.
That's right.
Now this unit here has 89. 8,900 miles. Ridden hard, put away wet, and I'm dying.
Off camera, we were doing a little bit of winky fun stuff. Throat's all full now.
Why is it so salty? But moving on to my unit. I also got a Polaris. What the unit is this? This is a Polaris Indy as well, I believe. This is a 1991. Now, what we hadn't set up to this point, we're gonna be kinda competing. Me and Lars are competitive by nature. So naturally, of course, he chose the bigger motor, the newer sled, so he has a competitive advantage because his skill level just ain't there. I've always been an underdog type of guy, so I got the underdog sled. This guy only has 1,700 miles. And the story behind this is it was an old farmer's sled that he just used it to rip around his property in the wintertime. I think down in Illinois is where it came from. Right before I got it, the gentleman that had it just did a rebuild on it. Now this one, 100 cc's less. This is a 500 double or twin versus that one is a 600 triple. Almost 9,000 miles, old and clapped. This one's older, less clapped, kind of. This one's a little more simple. It looks way cleaner. The airbox is not on it right now. They did give that to us, so we got to address that.
Oh, yeah.
We don't got no hood cables. This one's a little less crusty, a little less wore out, but it is older. On these ski slide deals, whatever they are, they got matching cracks on both sides. So we got to get those welded up. This one, the choke did break on it. I don't know if the cable seized up or what, but we might have a little bit harder time getting this thing up and ripping.
Now that we got a better look at these rigs, we have a better idea on what we're working with. Now, these are 30-year-old two-strokes, so you already know they be leaking. So step one, check the fluids.
Something's rubbing on it.
Perfect.
Is that like the backup pull start? What it looks like happened is they had this like hooked around it, so it's wearing it out.
Well, hopefully the starter doesn't shit out.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, baby. Definitely needs an oil change at the bare minimum.
A lot of obviously carbon buildup, but that is pretty thick and sludgy.
So far, we're off to a good start.
It was last changed in 1998.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like right in the safe zone.
Okay.
So it has enough oil. That's at least a good thing.
So the oil is clean, but the magnet's picking up some shit every time we put it in there.
Yeah. Nothing better than dipping your wick and coming out dirty. Why take the paved path when you can take the dirt road?
That's right.
All right, well, yeah.
Oil's good enough for us.
Yeah, good enough for right now.
Check the coolant here. Well, there's coolant in it.
Oh, good. You got any green shit?
I got a whole bunch of shit.
You having fun? 'Cause I am proud.
Yep, but that's no fun.
Well, alright.
Maybe that's water. I don't really know. Jeez, man.
Oh, it's above the minimum line.
Yep.
We'll call it good.
Yep. She's dialed.
Ooh, that does smell funky.
Maybe that's a piss jug.
Smell it.
No, I'm not gonna smell it.
Maybe that's the pitch.
Yeah, I think that's the two-stroke oil. Got some in there. Oh yeah, she's pretty full.
Yeah.
I don't know what oil's in there. That looks like the dark blue, like lawn and garden fucking 2-stroke oil.
Hell yeah.
I did get some AMS oil. A little bit of research we did, so this is kind of good for just casual riding. I think the Dominator is like for race sleds, wide open throttle, burns a little dirtier, but
We're gonna top her off.
yeah, might as well. We got it. Your shot.
That's right, I only spilled a little. AMS oil for extra power.
Extra power. More power, baby! Hopefully that's for the fuel and not the crankcase. Oh,
Stroke interceptor performance engineered. Use as injection oil
Okay.
or 51 premix.
okay, yeah, we're good.
So I think you can use it for either one.
Okay, we're Gucci. All right, well, she's dialed.
The guy said it was breaking up when you got on it.
I think if I remember correctly, he was saying it would load up when he was driving it, and he would turn the fuel like petcock off, and then whatever was in the bowl, it would run super good. It would rip. But I don't know.
Can you put these in neutral and rev up the throttle?
I don't think so. It's a it's a CVT clutch.
Got it. So that was my only point is, you know, to test it and get on it, aren't we going to have to somehow suspend the rear end?
Right. I mean, I think we should probably do that either way, just to try and clear up any shit.
I'm just wondering how we're going to get the rear end off the ground.
Yeah. I know. When
I
I
don't
picked
really
it up.
I don't really want to stand back here while you get on it, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's the move.
Right. Maybe we'll rig something up with the floor jack or something. But I think I do got some Berrymans around here. Yeah, here we go. Some Chem Tool fuel injection cleaner for your carburetor. Dang. We'll throw some Berrymans in there with a fresh tank of gas, and hopefully that clears it up. Let's put some fuel in it, I guess.
Handy dandy flashlight. There's some in there, but I don't know how much. Yeah, it's definitely not full.
Rip. We're just gonna guess.
How many gallon tank do we think it is? 5, 10,
I honestly
85?
have zero idea. We'll just do a little bit and whatever. If it's a little light on the mix, rather be safe than sorry. Or maybe it'll be heavy and this thing will run like a ape right before it blows up. We're gonna see. I'll get the fuel jug. Sitting in the bed of my truck, and I did drill a peephole in this tank, so hopefully no water got in there.
I'm sure it'll be all right.
It'll just burn off.
Is it too lazy to crack it open, like the
Yeah.
nozzle? That's what I got to do in the summertime. I just leave it loose,
Yeah.
so when it heats up in the garage, it doesn't blow up.
I just have a bad habit of catching myself on fire when I do that.
Not supposed to smoke cigarettes and fill gas cans.
This thing is empty.
Yeah, it was pretty down there. And it looked like it was like neon green, so that's good.
Nice and varnishy.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Baby. We'll leave that for now. Just as I think this can is full of 87, so we'll get some premium to top it off with. It's a 2-stroke, so probably needs premium fuel, but we're cheap, so yeah.
Now that we got all the snowmobile bodily fluids topped off, let's move on to step 2. Check all the hoses and clamps.
I don't know exactly what these are for. Maybe they're the overflow, but they're supposed to be on these nipples that go back into the airbox, and all 3 of them are undone. Let's plug them boys back in. This one's like melted and kinked. Oh, it's melted down here too. That's a big hole. Find a piece of line. Go when you're home. I had some fuel line, but it's a little tight.
It's all right. We like it tight.
That's great.
The old female pliers.
Yeah. The old side cutter does.
All right. Well, thanks for watching our vlog. We're done. Have a good day.
I'm trying to find my 90-degree pliers. Is all these fuel lines, like the hose clamp,
Oh, yeah, it should be.
they're all backed off.
Okay.
But I can never find anything in this fucking garage. Oh, they were right where I looked the first time. Big rip. Master mechanic at work, baby.
If it ain't broke, fix it till it is. We're not exactly sure what we're doing, but we know how motors work. So, we're just trying to make sure everything looks tight and connected and all that good stuff. You just gotta finesse it with 1 or 2 fingers. Very gently, in a figure-8 motion, while you whisper sweet nothings into its ear.
All right, very sketchily. Got this thing in the air, and it actually feels more solid than I thought it would.
Yeah, that 4x4 isn't cut straight. For some reason, it works out better than it looks like it should.
Yeah, it's like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Wasting time for step 3. Fire this turd up.
Let's see if she runs.
It chokes on.
Okay, there we go. Kill switch was off. Yep.
Yeah,
So far, we're doing good.
runs really good.
she wants to.
Yeah.
Here, we'll get some go magic juice. Oh, she wants to go. Maybe try and turn the choke off. Maybe it's warm enough or she don't need it.
So Max is gonna sit on it while we rev it in the air for safety.
Yep, that's right.
Oh.
Hey! We'll let it run for a second, get some temp in it.
Rear lights working. 2 strokes, smoking. Oh yeah, look at that.
Big smoky!
Hell yeah!
Seems to run out pretty good to me.
Yeah.
It's not under load, but I mean, look outside. The problem here in Wisconsin is once it snows, it all melts within like 4 days. It always it's like frigid cold after the snow, and then it hits 40, 50 degrees, and it all melts. So literally, that's why we bought shit boxes. People spend 20 grand on a brand new sled so they can ride it once every 3 years? Fuck no.
Thanks, Bin Laden.
Yeah. Thanks, Biden.
It's smoking less now that it warmed up.
Yeah, now we just had to fucking clear it out a little bit.
Had to give her that Italian tune-up.
Yeah, baby. Getting lit, baby.
Yeah. Oh.
Woo! Smoky boys. I didn't have cancer before, I do now.
A little hazy in there.
Well, I was expecting it run obviously shitty by what the guy was telling me. So far, so good. But we won't know until we're actually able to rip them around and put some miles on it, you know?
So, you know, a couple little things maybe don't work, but she runs.
Hell yeah.
That's obviously a good starting point. And then, yeah, we talked about maybe trying our hand at reupholstering, because at the end of the day, if it looks like shit, we'll just duct tape it again.
That's right.
So, I don't think it can be any worse.
If we can't fix it with duct tape, zip ties, or a WD-40 and a hammer, you can't fix it.
That's right.
So we got Lars' sled up and going, but it ain't over until both fat bitches sing, or however the saying goes.
I think first thing, we'll put the airbox back on. That's the obvious stuff, and then we'll address the smaller shit as it comes out. Who knows what's living in it now?
Should we blow it out quick?
You're a good blower.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, fucking drain is frozen or something on my dryer.
Gotcha. So it's not building any pressure?
No.
We'll pretend like we're blowing it out.
Clean. Once again, the clamp on the feet is just hanging down there.
Why? So weird.
I don't know. People just don't put shit back together all the way, I guess. Yeah, these are vents or what? I don't know.
Yeah, there's all sorts of hoses going everywhere on this one.
Right. Like we said, we don't know shit about fuck when it comes to the snowmobiles, but I don't know what that's all about. It seems like there's a lot of pointless lines, but probably over my head.
If it ain't broke, fix it till it is.
That's right. These lines are in the way.
It's like he hooked everything up before putting the airbox in and realized, oh, that was a mistake, and then just sold it to you.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, I'm done with it now.
Yep.
Hey. You know, something tells me that maybe a filter would go on over this.
Yeah, probably like a foam filter or something.
Yeah.
Wow, factory fresh, baby.
Perfect. Yeah, we can't find a dipstick. Not really sure what's up with that.
Yeah, who really knows?
Yeah.
Let's try and get this thing running. Now, I did break the choke, but Polaris knew in 1991, can of starting fluid fits in there perfectly. So they knew in 35 years, when some idiot buys this for $300 and breaks the choke, we'll keep our choke in a can right in its little compartment.
Right next to your left foot.
That's right. Right to where when the clutch explodes, hopefully hit the starting fluid can and set me on fire.
All in one beautiful explosion.
Yep. This one does have a key.
Fancy.
I don't know how much fuel is in this one. This is what the fuel cap is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Ours is all tore up. We'll give her a splash of berry mints too, even though supposedly everything's all fresh, but
Suppose we...
You know how shit on Marketplace is.
Yeah, we'll add some piss coolant. Which, it's like right at the minimum line, so I guess we're okay. Yeah, we could definitely probably use some oil in there.
Give her a splash of 87.
I think when the hood closes, actually, this goes around our air box.
We got a real ram air over here. You thought that 100 cc's is gonna help you. You're done. You're done, bud. Let's see if it'll run without starting fluid. Let's see how dialed these carbs are. Maybe not dialed. Little choke in the can. Choke might be more crucial than we thought. You're on, boys.
Oh, yeah.
This one sounds more classic two-strokey than the triple house. This one sounds cooler.
Can you put this one in neutral? Got it.
The hand warmers work on this one.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah.
Like it's got a warmer right here on the thumb. Pretty dope.
Oh, yeah.
This is luxury living, baby. Luxury living. I don't know what that clunk was at the end, but they both run. Not bad for $700.
Thank the fucking Lord, baby Jesus. These pieces of shits run. And that my $700 wasn't completely wasted. The only thing left to do is take them out, run them under load, and see if they actually drive. But before we can do that, I can't ride around on something that looks like a piece of shit. Cut to pictures of all our trucks. We're going to dress these things up a little bit, get them looking a little bit nicer.
I did get some fabric that we could try and reupholster this. I think you're going to like it.
Ooh, baby.
Hell yeah, baby. Some cheetah print and some gold. Oh, he designated himself to get the cheetah print.
I feel like the blue and the gold does look good together.
Yeah, cheetah print with the purple. I think that'll really set it off, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I got you some color match too. The paint on this one's actually kind of nice. On yours, it doesn't even exist.
Yeah, like, I assume this is just the color of the plastic and
Yeah,
all
literally.
the paint's chipped off.
Yeah, all the paint chipped off, and it's only the graphics that like kept everything on. All the other paint is gone, except random little sections here and there.
We just gonna stretch this over what's already existing?
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't even try and get fancy with it. I'll just put it right over.
Yeah.
Here, unroll it. We'll lay it over there and we'll get a vibe check.
In true 90s fashion.
That's right, baby. Yeah, I gotta stay true to the 90s vibes. So naturally, we had to get some cheetah print.
Being the professional upholsterers we are, we started with tucking the fabric underneath the plastic at the front of the seat. We folded it back, sprayed everything down with adhesive, and then we were stretching it as we were sticking it onto the seat, trying to get as many wrinkles out as we possibly could. With the extras underneath the side, we were just kind of tucking underneath the seat, you know, professional. We moved on to cutting the holes for the rear flap and the tail light. And we were struggling a little bit with the tail light. Our inexperience was definitely shining through here. The fabric kept like wadding up and spinning behind the lens. We eventually got it through and got it done, and it actually turned out halfway decent for literally doing this in 10 minutes and never doing anything like this before. But she's looking cherry, boys.
Looks like the day it came out of the factory, boys. Hey, let me show you what we did under here.
Wow. we should open an upholstery shop.
We are going to do a super high effort paint job. It's going to look really good when we're done.
Yeah. All right, boys, we are clearly professional. So as professionals, the first thing we're doing here, scraping off all the loose paint and wiping it down with an alcohol solvent or a wax and grease remover to get the surface nice and clean for the new paint. All right, boys, we chipped off all the loose shit that we care to chip off. She's looking mint. We might just clear it and just send it the way it is. But we're getting her all taped up. I'm gonna spray down with some plastic adhesion promoter because something tells me that they didn't from the factory. This, if you can see, this at one point was blue. Those couple chips is all that's left. Let that cure up a bit and we'll get to painting.
We're gonna go for a patina look. We're gonna do some random spraying. And we'll do a top coat. And we're gonna sand it down. And we're gonna see how it turns out.
Oh, one more thing. We're doing it blindfolded.
And naked. We'll have to put paint remover directly on our balls.
So we started laying out some paint. You'll never guess what happened. We fucked up, boys. We started laying down paint without laying down any primer. Now I was hoping, because we used a plastic adhesion promoter, that we could get away without using primer. But I'm not an expert on paint, let alone anything else. Spots we had painted already, we just went over with some primer, hope that everything stuck, and then continued on with the process.
Primer's important.
Yep. Especially with plastic, I guess. It's really light pink.
Oh, I almost thought it was white from back here.
I know, right? That's what I thought the first spray. Those also have yellow.
Yeah, whatever you want.
All right, boys, it's been a couple days since we painted Lars's sled. The paint is, well, it's probably been like, what, 4 days now?
Yeah, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, so it should be fully cured out now. So we're gonna sand it, try and bring this paint job that we had visioned in our head to life. So set you up here, let's go. I'm not a big sand it by hand type of guy, so we grabbed the DA polisher, put a foam backing pad on it, and grabbed some 600 and 320 sanding discs for no other reason other than that's just what I had. And the more we sanded, the more we realized the vision that we had in our head is becoming a reality, and it is turning out better than I could ever imagine. All right, boys, we're at a dilemma. I kind of want to attempt the Borderlands, like with the Sharpie style paint job on it. But Lars wants to leave it as it is and just clear it.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, like, our ability to pull that off. I think it would look good, but I'm just not sure.
Yeah, it would look good if we knew what the fuck we were doing. Some people say it looks like shit. Some people say it looks cool. We're going to go with it looks cool because we did it.
Because we just put all this effort into it, so it does look cool, yeah.
What do you think? Should we flip a coin?
Sure, we flip coin.
All right, you call it. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails?
Yep.
All right. Tails. Shit. All right, you win.
Well, I guess we're just going to clear it then.
All right, let's get the clear coat.
It was going good. Everything was looking great. Until...
Yeah, fuck, it's alligators. We might look like professionals, but we're not. Here's what we got going on. Even though it's been curing for 4 days, it's all like enamel paint, and there's lots of layers. So, and all the thickest parts, in like the purple, you can see it's alligator skinny or whatever. And from my understanding, it's a solvent still escaping because it's not fully cured yet. But all the spots where we sanded, that lay down smooth. So, kind of fucked the paint job, but we'll let it fucking cure for a week, I guess, and then come back and try it again.
Yep.
All right, boys. We're pulling the skis off on this thing right here to get them looking nice and brand new. Because the paint is actually really nice on this thing, so we are going to leave the original pinstripings true to the 90s. But getting these skis off, they're crusty, so it was difficult. One side came out nice and easy, the other side, bolts broke. So we've been struggling hardcore. We got this thing on the press. We finally got it pushing out. Now we're just finding different bolts to put on the other side to press it through. It's coming out slowly but surely, but man, it has been a struggle.
The bolt that we're pressing out is a bolt that holds the spindle to the ski itself. This is how it's supposed to look with just the ski removed. But since this bolt broke, We had to unhook the steering linkage and pull out the whole assembly. That brings us to where we are now. Grabbed a random bolt, slammed around the press until...
There it is. Finally. Jeez Louise, right next to a cigarette butt. Hell yeah, baby. We decided to refinish the skis on my shitty sled here. After going back and forth, we decided we're gonna sandblast some, powder coat them. We're not going for a perfect job here. So we spent some time, knocked off all the loose stuff with the wire wheel, and then put them in the sandblaster. We spent way too long giving this thing way too much special treatment for a $300 sled. But they're getting some heat in them right now. All right, we're gonna hot flop these real quick just because they got hard to reach areas. Shoot all the hard areas to get first. Primer's gray, so you're hardly gonna notice the difference, but it is going on there. See, hot flocking is starting to flow out, get a little glossy right there. It's because the metal's got heat in it. Use a zinc primer because it's going to be used outdoors in the elements. That'll help prevent against rust. Powder coating itself does, but this is going to be strictly exposed to water, you know, and ice and snow the whole time. So give it a fighting chance. Now this is a mystery powder that somebody gave me. It just seems to match real well. I've never used it before. I have no idea what the cure schedule is. Most powders cure out at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Most, but so we're just gonna rock with that and hope that it's a solid tone. And I don't know, I didn't look into it at all. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like shit. Well, boys, I f***ed him pretty good. It was old powder, and it was going on really weird and chunky, so I chalked it up to it was bad powder. We'll see what happens. It was definitely me. I think it was definitely a grounding issue, and the hooks are moving around, so it wasn't making good ground, so all the powder was hitting it and falling off. And by the time I got to certain areas when we were hot flocking, it lost enough heat for it to grab the powder. So it's really, 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 really bad. Good thing they're mine. So it is what it is. We're not redoing it. It's a $300 sled.
This turned out to be a complete lie. I spent the entire next day trying to redo them, and they were just fighting me every single step of the way. I ended up reluctantly just suiting them gloss black after I made the surface even worse and just saying F it. So they look like complete ass. But we got both sleds dialed in. We reupholstered the seats, we got some fresh paint on them. Most importantly, we got them running. At least running the best we can without being able to drive them because there is no snow. So we loaded them up on the trailer and looked into alternative options.
All right, boys, both sleds are finished. We're out on Pewaukee Lake here today, and we're gonna run them through the paces today. We got a bunch of shit planned, but that's for the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content. Eat all your meats and beats. I'll catch you on the next one.
Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them blasters.